좋아 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 아메리카노 진해 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 어떻게 하노 시럽 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 빼고 주세요 빼고 주세요 이쁜 여자와 담배 피고 차 마실 때 메뉴판이 복잡해서 못 고를 땐 사글세 내고 돈 없을 때 밥 대신에
I'm sorry. I'm hungry, as I told you guys. And I can see the Pop-Tarts. They're right there. Yes, I went on basic, got Pop-Tarts. There's Pop-Tarts right there. They're in my reach. But I don't be rude and eat while I'm talking to you guys. So yeah, what I need to do is make some tea because my voice is on tap. Woo. Talking through 8 classes a day is a lot. Reading out loud, and you guys know I'm dramatic, so I don't just read like, and the boy went to the woods. I'm like, and the boy went to the woods. And when he got in there was a wolf. And the wolf said, I am Lon Popo. Like, that's how I read for all of my classes. So, my kids love it, and they actually learn, and then I love that they're learning, but by the end of the day, by the last hour, like that. So, I should probably drink some tea, but I'm going to skip all of that for you guys. Alright, so we're on to viewer question number 2. It is not viewer question week, but you guys are sending questions, so I'm just going to answer them. Hey, question was, as I said in the last video, why are black women moving to Korea and it is the racist place on earth? Actually, this is a very long message that I got from one of my viewers who, she's also another one like my last viewer. She is on it. Like, if I post a video, if I post a picture, if I think about posting, she right there. So I thank you for connecting with me. I appreciate that. And she's a seasoned saint, so I always appreciate input from the seasoned saints because, you know, they've been around longer. You should definitely cherish older people around you. If you don't know any older people in your life, and I don't mean, well, never mind, that's a whole other conversation. But if you don't know any older people who have done something substantial, who have survived life, and they have something of wealth and worth to give to you, definitely don't despise their silver hair. Go see what's up, because they got the wisdom. That's who you need to talk to. So anyway, that was her question. This is a question that I've kind of tried to avoid a little bit, but I think it's time to answer. I think now is a good time to go there. Alright. I posted a video not too long ago, and it is still the most viewed video. I get the most negativity from that video. I get the most racist conversation from racially spurred, should I say, conversation from that video. And the video was simply, I was mad that day, but in the video I was venting. I wasn't screaming, I don't think, and I was stating facts. People didn't want to hear it, and it was an uncomfortable fact, but it's the truth, about racism in the South versus racism in Korea. And it's so funny because you had the, hey you monkey, go back to America from angry Koreans, and then you had, hey you monkey, nigger girl, go back to Africa from the white people in the South, which I thought was ironic in and of itself. And thank you for proving my point that ignorance is worldwide and universal. So I put that video up like maybe 2 years ago, I think. 2 years? Year and a half? 2 years? Like maybe 2 years ago. And so I haven't done a follow-up because I feel like the things I said still stand true. So there was no need for me to do a follow-up. It wasn't necessarily long. So I did get a lot of those comments. It was like 30 minutes long, maybe like 28 minutes long, and the first like 10 minutes was like me, because you know, I was trying to calm down. But anyway, let's hop into this one, and let's not make this a repeat of the last one. Woo! Okay. There's no like nice way to say that. Okay. Some people in Korea are racist. Intentionally racist. Let me say that. They are intentionally racist. not just towards black people, towards anything and anybody that's not Korean. They actually have an organization called, which would pretty much be close to Nazis or the Aryan Nation or KKK. It's called the Korean Council of Traditional Korea or something. Basically keeping Korea pure. And they want to out all of the English teachers. They want to, end the English teaching programs. If you kick them all out of Korea, they're against people who go to another country and marry. Like, they are the people who are sticking to the old school Korean tradition, like holding on to it tooth and nail. And it's a lot of them. It's not like two old angry men. Like, it's a lot of men and women. Some of them are quite young who are in this organization. So it is very alive and well here in Korea. I would say that there are intentionally racist people, but then there are people who are racist by way of ignorance. And ultimately, racism is ignorance, because race is a made-up entity in and of itself. So if you don't realize that, if you don't have that piece of information, then I cannot expect you to make sound decisions concerning race, because you're not going to approach it as if it's something made up. You're going to approach it as if it's something real and factual, along with the stereotypes that go with the different racial groups. So racism across the board is an ignorant thing. So there are ignorant people all over the world. There are people who lack information all over the world. I'm ignorant about some things because I don't have information about them. Race isn't one of them, but I am ignorant about some things. Okay, I'm really trying to choose my words wisely, because I don't want this video to blow up. Like, that was one video that had like negativity in it, and I don't want to add any more of that to my channel. So I was saying there are people who are intentionally racist in Korea, but then you have a racist mentality in Korea. Those are two different things. The racist mentality comes from media. It comes from incorrect information from the American government, because the government, they fought a war here, obviously, and so many people are indebted to the white people who won the war, when actually the white people took glory for the war. Yes, some white people died, but the first to go on to sacrifice their life and die were blacks, because blacks were dispensable. So many people of color, and not just black, other minorities too, Spanish Americans, or well, should I say Mexican Americans, because Spanish is from the country. Mexican Americans, Latin Americans, a lot of them also were drafted into the war. They were, we can kill you first, because there are plenty of you. You're not as important. And so I believe that's overlooked a lot. And, many people who had the opportunity to set that record straight did not do it. And so you have that going on. It brings me to my point. Korea as a whole is not an angry, racist country. You will have those angry, racist experiences. I'm not even going to sit here and try and pretend to you like it's all gumdrops and raindrops, because it's not. Rainbows, because it's not. Far from that. But I can sit here and tell you that at any point in time, if you focus on negativity and the things that you can't change, then you will in turn become bitter and negative. And so I can't answer why everyone comes to Korea. I can say I came here because God told me to. I can say that even though I experience racism here, even though I experience foolery here, and sometimes I just want to slap everybody. Serious. And sometimes you see me posting on Facebook about that, especially the ignorance towards the people of Africa and AIDS and poverty, and it is just so dumb and stupid and just what? I can't allow that to cloud and go over all the really awesome things that are here, because there are awesome things that are here. As regards to dating and black women, it is unfortunate that so many women are turning to the Asian man, be it Korean, Chinese, Japanese, or whatever, for reasons other than love. If your love is motivated by wanting to have a Blasian baby, if your love is motivated by lack of self-acceptance, so you want to be accepting in a different culture other than your own because you don't feel accepted in yours, if your love is motivated by anything other than love, it is not love, and it is pitiful, and it is saddening to me. And yet I've seen it time and time and time and time and time again, where girls come over here fresh out of college, in love with a character on a K-drama, expecting to find him walking in the street. I'm not even going to get on the topic that men and women here get plastic surgery like it is going out of style. Like, if you don't have it, how are you Korean and you don't have plastic surgery? Like, it's insanely out of ratio. It's like crazy here. Plastic surgery advertisements are everywhere. They're on everything. I get them on my door. Like, when I come home, they're like stuck to the door. They're on inside the buses and the subways. They are obsessed with plastic surgery and looking the best and being beautiful is like the thing. And so the people you see on TV don't look like that. Like, well, they didn't look like that in real life. Meaning, those people are not going to be walking around on the streets. Even the ones that have plastic surgery, some of them look like, ugh. In person, like on TV and in pictures they use airbrush and all this stuff and they look great, but in person it's like, ooh, you look kind of like a demon, that's dangerous, like, whoa, like really, seriously. So when I come in contact with, because I meet random people on the street, and when I see random foreigners and they're like, hi, yeah, because I loved Boys Kisses Flowers, or Pretty Boys and Flowers, or whatever the name of that was, and I am just waiting for my Minsu to like come and sweep me on my feet, and I love him, and I'm going to be in every place he is, because they have those fandom things, and they get trapped in that, and I'm just like, good luck. I mean, what do you want to say? I don't want to kill someone's dreams, and I'm like, good luck. I hope that works for you. Try to get into something else while you're here. What else can I say? I mean, I don't want to be the Grim Reaper, like, girl, get your brain. What are you doing? And get your life. Ma'am, you are really doing the most. So, I can't say that, right? So, I feel that the women, the black women specifically, because I'm black, so I can't talk about any other, well, I can't talk about other people groups, but I feel that many women of color are coming over to Korea to teach, to find the man from TV, expecting them to whisk them away from their reality. And it is sad and unfortunate. And I don't mean sad like, ooh, you pitiful, sad. I mean, it's, dang, really, mama? Because that's not gonna, because here's the thing, the flip side is that the Korean man knows, any man knows when you're thirsty, any man knows when you're desperate. They're not retarded. Like, they can see that. It is evident when you are desperate. I'm pretty sure it's a smell to it. Maybe they just haven't done scientific research about it, but it is a smell, like, men can tell. And so, although he knows you're desperate, although this Korean man knows good and well that society says he's got to marry another Korean, his mother is not going to accept you, his family will try and hide you, even when they say they're not, that's gonna happen. Like, that's, the chances of you getting married are slim to none. And it has happened. I have videos of women who have married into the Korean culture on my station, but what I have learned from the intimate side of that, it is not an easy journey at all, because it is 1950s America, and it is no different than if you were trying to marry interracially back in the South, in the deep South, back in the day. That's the odds. That would be the compromise, or not comparison. That would be the comparison. So I think that maybe because people like me who have this platform have wanted to be nice to Korea and we haven't said anything, I feel like maybe that's why you have a lot of women of color coming over thinking that it's going to be something else, and it's not. because these dudes know, oh, they're gonna sleep with you. Now, having sex with a Korean man, if that's what you out to do, that can happen overnight. Because Korean men are curious, as most men are of other races. How is sex with a black woman? Like, a lot of men want to know. They're interested, and some of them have had it and loved it, and they want to know what a booty feels like and what hips to hold on to in the bed, and boobs and full lips and curves. Like, what does that feel like? Even though with their boys, they're joking like, ah, she fat, blah, 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 blah. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you. They want to know. If I could tell you how many of my black friends, old ajashis, want touching and rubbing, and or guys that ask them out for drinks or on dates, and the date start, even me, I'll share with you, the date starts out nice, and then their next thing is, you know, so we going up to your apartment, what's good? Like, we going to the DVD barn, we going to the Love Motel, where we going? You know, partly because of how media has portrayed black women, but a lot of it is curiosity. And again, if you thirsty already, they already seated you down, so they're gonna play you, they're gonna drag it out, they're gonna make it out to be something that is not for as long as they can. And trust, when the person that their parents have set them up with comes around, it's a wrap for you. It's not going down. And I feel like maybe that's the other reason why I haven't really spoken on it, is because I feel like experience is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. Now, am I saying that no Korean man ever will marry a black woman? Obviously not, because obviously it happens. As I said, I have videos on my YouTube that does happen. But those men are definitely cut from a different cloth. And as I said, those family situations that surround those is not pretty. It is not pretty, but that's not my place to really go into depth and talk about that. But I can just say, they didn't get the marriage status off of K-drama style. Just let me say that. I would say of all the Asian communities, Koreans are the least likely to welcome you with open arms. I go to Japan, I get so much love. So much love. I mean, it's crazy the love that I get from Japan. Even, there's this website called Badoo, and I was going to Fukuoka, and so I was trying to connect with people who were there, and so I switched my location to Fukuoka. These Japanese men blew my page up, and it wasn't even like, oh, I'm trying to bang, what's good? It was like, yo, you're mad beautiful, like, what do you do? My English is not great, but I'm willing to learn, to get to know you, like, straight up swag, like, whoa, really, sir? Really, sir? Oh, all right. Like, seriously, men from other countries, it's always men from other countries, are very respectful, very, like, dating style. Real dating style, whereas the Korean men are like, oh, you speak English? Let's go to DVD Pong. No, I don't know you, delete. Like, so, will they sleep with you? Absolutely. Will they marry you? Probably not. So I don't know why black women are migrating, it seems like, to Korea for that, to connect with the Korean men. I think also they don't know that Asian American men are different from Korean men. That's a whole it's the same species, they're two different breeds completely, like completely. It's like comparing a tiger and a lion. Yes, they both large cats, but they're two different things. A Korean man is restricted by a closed mind, he's restricted by society, he's restricted by his family and tradition. American Asian or American Korean, those things are still there, but it doesn't pull him as much because he has an open brain. He's been exposed to more. His family living in America has been exposed to more, and they found out that as much as these Asian people worship white people cannot stand them. Not all Asians and not all white people, obviously, I'm not saying that, but overall, people at the top of the food chain respect people at the top of the food chain. And if you're trying to climb this food chain, it's not but so much climbing they're going to allow you to do. Let me say it like that. So when they get to America thinking, you know, oh, these white people that we worship here in Korea are going to accept us and bring us in, it's actually the people of color who accepts them. It's, even Jeremy Lin was talking about like he learned how to ball from people of color, because those are the people that will play with him. Like, so many, and I have Korean friends who go to the U.S. to study. They always, without, I kid you not, without a doubt, the first thing they say, oh my gosh, the black people are the ones who invited me home for Thanksgiving. Black people are the ones who want to hang out with me and not just hand off their homework to me or our classwork, our projects. Like, so I think that connection, that A&BW connection that you see in the U.S. is different, and I kind of see where they think, oh, Asian men, black women, that's what's up in the States. So I should go to an Asian country to get an Asian man so I can be in an A&BW relationship. I guess I kind of sort of see that logic, but it's a failed logic. Ladies, they are not the same breed. As I said, we're talking tigers and lions. It's two different things. But best of luck to everyone. I really hope I did not kill anybody's dream. Oh my gosh, that's why I did not want to make this video, because anything can happen. That's why I really haven't spoken about it. I have noticed it, and it does dishearten me every time I meet a young woman on the street who's just like, yes, and I just am like, I don't know what to say other than good luck. So I don't want to kill them because there's a chance that might happen, but that chance is real small. It's real small. About as big as the chances as you getting in the NBA and you ain't never played basketball a day in your life. It might happen. Just might happen. But chances are real small. So, I don't know why. The better question is, why do our women not feel embraced by their own culture? And by their own culture, I don't mean black culture, I mean American culture. Why do they not feel like they have a place? There was a Chinese scientist who did a research paper not too long ago, and it was a little wave on YouTube about it, and some people asked me to talk about it, and I refused. But I think now's a cool time to bring it up. He did his research and said that black women are the ugliest women on the planet, and I feel like beauty is a matter of opinion. I'm not sure who he was talking to. I'm not sure if he was going by media standards of what he was able to see on TV, because Hollywood doesn't really embrace us. We have our own black Hollywood, which I was explaining to a movie maker here. The difference between Hollywood and black Hollywood, those are two different things. So I'm not sure where he got his stats from, but I have seen some beautiful black women, and I feel that beauty also comes from inside. Just like I've seen some hideous Korean women, I've seen some hideous white women, I've seen unpleasurable looking women, in my opinion, of every people group. Just like every people group has beautiful people, and I feel like every people group has good and bad people. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder, you know? But I don't know why so many women of color don't feel love from a community that was built on their back. Because trust and believe, Halle Berry and the Paula Pattons of Hollywood did not get their fleck of color out of nowhere. That came from a black woman. And so if the black women weren't there, then you wouldn't have beautiful hues, because we are the ones who reproduce. You know, yes, black men carry the seeds. However, you know, you can't have one without the other, right? What comes first, the seed or the egg? They go together. So, my black is beautiful. I didn't necessarily feel embraced, but not because I was black. I didn't feel embraced because I was different. And I mean different, like, I spoke differently, I thought differently, I moved differently, I made calculated decisions unlike other people, so it made other people uncomfortable. But that was my life younger. I lived in the States until God told me to come here. So I don't know. This is my message to you. If you are a woman of color and you're interested in an Asian man, maybe that's your preference, and that's cool. Preferences are cool. Just understand that when you come to Korea or any other Asian country, it is not the U.S. They are not the same breed of men. You will have to deal with culture differences. You will have to deal with all the flack that comes from it. And yes, there is a good chance someone's going to be really mean and really rude to you while you're here in Korea. Just don't allow that to mar you into their frame of thinking. That's their ignorance. That's on them. And so that's why I haven't made a video. Because if I made a video or I posted a Facebook every time someone said something racially insensitive to me in Korea, I would be doing it all day. And I would just be full of negativity and hatred and bleh. So I don't want to do that. So that's why I don't constantly post about it. Because it is what it is. But just like anywhere you live in the world, it's what you make it. Any situation can be good or bad. It's what you make it. I choose to make my situation here good. I choose to focus on the good. I choose to allow good people around me and people who have good energy so I can put out good energy. And when the minute someone starts throwing negative energy to me, I cut them off. I pray and love you from a distance. Like, I got to keep that moving. So, yeah. So my message to you is find the women around you and empower them to love who they are and embrace who they are, where they are. If they have the right identity about who they are, then they won't go elsewhere looking for that identity or looking to lose something that they feel is unbeautiful in a different culture. So I can't grab the hand of every woman of color that comes across the borders of Korea, but I can, the people I'm in contact with, let them know they're beautiful. I can point out the things that they have to offer outside of their skin color or not fitting in. And then when they focus on that, if an awesome Korean man comes and marries them, boom, more power to him. I'll be at your wedding to videotape. They might meet a man from a different country. He might be Italian. He might be here engineering from Turkey. There are so many different men that are here from different countries that it's just as likely that, it's actually more likely that you will find love with a man from another country other than a Korean man in Korea. True story. So, be who you are, love who you are, radiate goodness about yourself. Just ooze that into the world around you, and good things and good people will come to you. So that's my answer to you. Yeah, we as a community of color have to do better about loving ourselves and loving one another before we expect someone from another culture to do so, because they are not going to come in and be the great white hope or the great yellow savior or any other racially charged thing you could say. Like, no one can come in and swoop that out. Like, you have to identify with the beauty within. That will permeate and that will draw the right person to you. So that's my message to those young ladies. And my answer to your question, I do believe it's an identity issue. I really and truly believe it's an identity issue, and I believe that because of that identity issue, they're looking for love in the wrong place. Which happens to so many different women. So I hope I answered your question. I hope this isn't a down video. I tried my best not to make this a negative video. I really hope it wasn't. I hope it was not a negative video. And if you were offended, I'm sorry. I try not to offend people, but at some point when you stand for the truth, some people are going to be offended, and this is my truth. My truth is that this place is not always I make it that way because I'm so when people try and I'm like, I'm gonna try to be nice anyway. You're just an ignorant racist person, and I'm going on. Like, that's why I try to live my life that doesn't change the reality of where I live. So, yeah, that's that. I don't even know how to close out that convo. There's so much more and so many other things I wanted to say, but I feel like, you know, you have to be careful what you say and who you say it to, because I don't want to kill anybody's dreams, and I don't want to give people ammunition to be negative either. So, with the right people, and I inboxed her personally, so hopefully I can share some of those things with her via inbox, but that's a back and forth conversation that you would need to have with someone one-on-one, and then I can share experiences and etc. So that's my broad answer to that awesome question. Thank you for sending that in, and till next time, viewers. Mwah! Love ya. You've been watching MKJTV. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Check us out. Check me out on Facebook. I'm sorry. The radio and TV are like, check me out on Facebook and or Twitter. You can follow me at this handle, Avatar Teacher. Or you can Facebook me at Facebook.com/emancipation, and that's A is an H instead of an A. Emancipation. Yeah, Facebook/emancipation. Word. So I'll see you next time. Bye.